Welcome back, Datadyne Doomsayers. We have arrived at the finale of the Perfect Dark Zero campaign, as brought to you by the Xbox 360. And in this episode, the debriefing screen is getting a little unstable, saying what the heck is going on at the center of that. The Triforce has been activated, and by the magical forces as sealed away by the ancients, a Ganon, who is possessing Zhang Li, is about to get the power that should not go into the hands of evil.
Showdown.
Welcome to the Showdown type mission. This is the first Showdown type. Get your long-range weapons ready, because this...
I assume that we'll be having to fight at least a little bit of the alien tech, yes?
Oh, we're gonna be fighting something from another world in this part. Hope you weren't too used to being grounded in sci-fi and cyberpunk land. We are stepping into the realms of just sheer wanton fantasy.
So how effective are the fly-by-wire rockets?
Fly-by-wire means you actually guide the missile with a picture-in-picture screen. Oh, you thought he was just a weak old man. Behold.
Well, he was.
He's almost naked.
And now he is an alien-infused old man.
Chandra. Master Lee, the Graal and its power, as promised. Now, Master, my payment.
Miss Sika, my child, you have served me well.
I am now a genie, and I'm about to grant you one wish. It's not the wish you were expecting. For in order to activate the Graal demands a human sacrifice. Behold, the woman who had betrayed us has died off screen, denying us the vengeance that we craved.
Carrington was right. You can't control the Graal.
Watch me.
I mean, summoning up a bunch of embers is not necessarily controlling the Graal. It's letting the Graal flow through you. Did he really need a sword?
Yep. We are introducing the sword weapon. Watch the picture-in-picture, because the picture-in-picture is teaching you, only at the beginning of the fight, that this guy is a zooby, zippy, fly, fluey. He's gonna be beep-bopping, shooting down like a meteor out of space. And you gotta keep an eye on him, because he has projectile attacks.
So, how many headshots does it actually take with the Jackal?
With the Jackal, not that many. This fight on easy mode should not take you very long. Neither should it take you a lot of tries. Oh.
He's gonna throw the pillar at us!
Watch out! Good dodge.
I mean, kinda. You almost fell off the platform. And I assume that, much like the Dracula X fight, that if you fall off the platform, it's a restart.
Face me, beast. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, are you getting the routine of the boss fight? First he flies around a bit, giving you some chances to hit him. He throws some projectiles at you, throws some pillars, energy balls, and then, after he's taken enough damage and has danced around enough, he comes down to meet you in person in mano-a-mano fashion.
Now, does the shield that he throws up repulse bullets or reflect them?
It's just a shield. It does not send damage back at the sender.
Okay.
Return to sender. I love that ability. Watch out! Yeah, here he comes. Now, what they want you to do, which is not that obvious, is they want you to grab his sword. He dropped it. Okay, now pick it up. Now swing at him with it.
Swing your sword from left to right. Now you have successfully killed the Zhang Li.
Bye, Zhang Li. I don't know why he flies up in outer space.
Because he got possessed by alien magic.
And then, okay, and then the cutscene plays. Any second now.
There we go.
Does he come back down?
I mean, getting possessed by alien magic is usually a lethal sentence, Mr. Cloud.
Okay, he did actually come back down.
Let me live.
Sorry.
No, not like this. All I wanted, all I've done, I did it so I could live. I have built an empire. I have become a god.
But empires crumble.
And the statues of our gods become dust.
With your godlike powers, you still cannot stop all these stupid graphic shimmers.
Passing in the night.
And then, because of his inability to control the Grawl after an epic showdown duel with a 100% totally non-magical human, Zhang Li is torn to pieces by the very same Grawl power he tried to harness.
And so now Joanna has got access to the Quicksilver Devil Hunter style, right?
She has extended plot protection to each of her comrades. Well done, Joe. You've done it. Ganon has been defeated once again, and the Triforce is sealed away.
Okay.
I could use an aspirin. So, boss, how'd I do?
Perfect.
Yay!
Let's go home, everybody.
What is home to Joe now, though? Because, like, she no longer has her support network. Her dad's dead.
Well, I thought that my esteemed colleague, you, Mr. Gerdat, would enlighten us as to the faction that Joe is more readily recognized in from the original Perfect Dark game on the N64, because, remember, this is a prequel. This is supposed...
This is a prequel, but the thing is, I didn't actually play the campaign for Perfect Dark 1. I only played the emission mode because my N64 did not have the expansion pack, so I couldn't actually play the Perfect Dark campaign.
Damn it. Then we may never know. Just know this, that whatever faction that she ends up in Perfect Dark N64, it hopefully had some continuity with the events of this game. Because as...
It does, because the Grawl powers, although are supposed to be, ancient mysticism, they're very clearly tied to the alien Easter eggs that happen in the Perfect Dark campaign.
Hell yeah, alien Easter eggs. Something out of this world. We just killed an alien, dude.
So, to be perfectly honest, for a console shooter, this doesn't actually look all that bad. I mean, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed playing through the campaign on this when it came out, given that this comes out, 2005?
Yep.
Yeah, by 2005, we already had. I was already playing Unreal Tournament 1, 2003, and 2004 on PC. So, yeah, I more than likely would not have enjoyed playing this specifically because during that time, I already had a shitload of really good PC shooters. That said, for a console shooter, this doesn't actually look like it would be all that bad. The music's decent. The sound balancing is, specifically the mixing is way the fuck off in places. Like during the arena showdown mission, where Carrington is explaining that we have to infiltrate the Coliseum, the backing rock track is so goddamn loud that you just straight up cannot hear him. And there were multiple instances throughout the campaign where, yeah, the mixing itself was just way off. The gunplay looks solid, although I'm not entirely sure if you bothered to explore all of the different weapons that we get access to. And the level design itself, despite being a bit too big in places, is mostly okay. I would say that this would be slightly above average, specifically for console shooters at the time.
It was just slightly above average. However, as you mentioned, it had to compete with other console shooters at the time. And
specifically Halo 2, and it wasn't going to ever be Halo 2.
Unfortunately, it never the makers of this game decided to never try to outdo themselves by coming out with a sequel, because many years hence, this is
Dude,
still
Rare
the
wasn't
final.
allowed to do anything else. Like when Microsoft purchased Rare, they effectively killed almost all of their IPs, almost on purpose. It's rumored. I'm not entirely sure where it's rumored, but I believe it is rumored that Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts got screwed over specifically by Jack and Dexter's PSP game, which although you wouldn't think would be the case, Jack X Combat Racing comes out like 2 years before Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, and yeah, that showed up effectively killed Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
It is amazing how
it's kind of sad that Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts got killed that way, though, because Nuts and Bolts, as far as I have seen, is probably actually a decent combat racer, but I wouldn't know. I've not played it.
It is amazing how these behind-the-scenes, trading of properties, CEOs shaking hands, making deals, trading assets, is not only the process that produces these games in the first place, which is of course the financial backing, the marketing, the borrowing of money, the payoff, return on investment, all that good shit. It also has an unfortunate tendency, as you mentioned, Mr. Gerdat, of killing IPs. Another IP that I can think of while we go over the voice talent here, Lawrence Bovard playing as Joanna Dark, that it also killed one of my most beloved IPs growing up, Time Splitters, where Time Splitters Future Perfect, which came out in 2004, 2005, unfortunately also did not ever get a sequel.
Well, is it because their developer died off, or was their developer tasked to do other things? Because Rare's IPs all died off because Microsoft specifically tasked Rare to make the 360 Kinect stuff work, and they weren't exactly the best choice to have that happen.
And that's another good point too. Is the opportunity costs of these very same developers? Do we try to resuscitate an IP that is weakening while other IPs are getting stronger, drawing in the talent? Or do we take a massive risk and put these same talented people working on games they probably shouldn't even belong working on in the first place?
Well, if you believe current modern gaming discourse, it's easier to start development on a game that you have a decent idea for than it is to tie a pre-existing IP to a decent idea.
I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, for example, we've done Streets of Rage 4, and there was a fucking 20-year plus gap between Streets of Rage 3 and Streets of Rage 4. The game looked dramatically different, of course, because now you're taking an old IP and you're bringing it to a modern market where people have to recognize it as a game that's worth playing. I would love to see a Perfect Dark sequel, but then again, I would love to see even more a Time Splitter sequel. I'm biased this way.
I am also biased, Mr. Cloud.
In which sequel are you most sought after these days?
I want a sequel to Cameo. I also want to go play the original Cameo, but I can't because I never owned a 360.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, the community says...
When are we doing Cameo?
When? Man,
yes,
I don't even...
when are we doing Cameo? You've got access to 360 stuff.
Yeah. That's a rare...
So why don't you go do Cameo?
It's not like it's just sitting in a library right now. Like, I would have to go on the internet. I have to maybe go through Amazon, or more likely eBay at that point. I mean, fuck.
You act as though the library can't get video games.
No, it does. I know it does. It's just, is it there?
It's not there right now. Obviously, you'd have to request it.
Sure. The gaming community will be screaming for sequels till the day they die. does not necessarily mean that developers are going to heed the call.
They aren't. We're never going to get a sequel to Spectrobes. We're never going to get a sequel to a Cameo. We're never going to get a sequel to, let me think here.
Duke
What have I
Nukem?
got? What is it? Marvel, no, it's not, no, Capcom versus Tatsunoko. Yeah, we're never going to get a sequel to that.
Heh. And so these games will rest in time immemorial, and I am happy to bring games like Perfect Dark Zero back from the dark to show, well, an earlier time in games, and also sharing my love and nostalgia for a game that I did dump a lot of hours in growing up. Than just
We're
that.
also never going to get a sequel to I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream.
Yeah, that's a funny concept.
Please wait while your synaptic patterns are downloaded for research. We detect frustration, anxiety, a willingness to complain, and register letters with our marketing department. Game experience may change during online play.
So, this was Perfect Dark Zero. Again, a slightly above average console shooter.
Slightly above average, yes. And
So, what else do we have left for this episode, Mr.
oh,
Cloud?
we're just gonna hang on the title screen for a sec so we can hear the intro music again.
Ah, okay.
This was a great Xbox 360 launch game. That's just it, though, is that it has to stay that way. It launched a game platform on which other superior games arrived, came along, and capitalized on what it started.
Specifically Halo 3.
Yes. And we thank you very much for joining us on this journey through Nostalgia Land.
Be safe, everybody.